Yep, we're doing it in English this time. And welcome back in the living rooms, the one that will look at this on Facebook or YouTube on Rumkraft. And today I'm gonna show you a little bit about Reese basses and what is a Reese bass and how to make it in various machines. I think I'll show you 2 or 3 machines I will make it in, because it's actually a fairly simple sound, but you can of course make it more advanced than probably it should be, because it should be kind of simple. So the first machine I will show it in is Vital. So as we load it in Vital, we just have a saw. And a saw wave is the basic for is the basic for a Reese bass. So if you go down here, it's in the most simple form. If you take this and you put unison on, you actually have a Reese bass. That's the most simple form. But
thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. That was it, and hope to see you next time. No. I would not do that. I would go the old-fashioned way, actually, because this is the digital way. I'm going the analog way. So what we do is take the first oscillator and take that 1 octave down. So we're down low. And then we're going to open up the next oscillator, and it's also a saw wave, and then again make it 1 octave low. Whoop. So now it's just amplified that it's louder, and it's kind of phasing right now because there's 2 saws waves going on each on the same time. So you can hear it's kind of phasing. But what we can do is take 1 macro, and we can put it on fine tuning, and the next one also on fine tuning, but I'm gonna go the opposite direction, and then 1/4 and 1/4 past on this. So I'm gonna hit this and go, let's call this speed. Let's see, 1/4. So now I can take this and I can hear the sound will kind of wobble, and you can also see it up here. If I go into advanced, you can see it will twist around this now. That's how it sound. You can hear it sound. The sound is, and then if we go higher up in pitch, it will be faster. Sorry, my phone is ringing and I'm putting it out. Yes, so what we can do now is choose filter 1 and turn on that. We're gonna shave the top frequencies off. Cool. Now we're gonna go into this section. I'm gonna make it the voices on 1, so it's monophonic. So I can only play. Gonna show you here. Even though I'm pressing this button, when I push the next one, it will just shift. So I can only play 1 note at a time. But then I will take this always glide and then glide it to about 12 o'clock. Screen. The glide here is going to be at 12 o'clock and always glide. Now, when I go high, so now it glides between notes. So the next thing we could do is make it wider. So the first one I'm gonna pan to the right and the other one to the left. Now it's super wide. And then we can go into effects and put an extra filter on. And then make it a high pass filter. And I'm gonna take this one and I can see where my sub is. So gonna go to effects. Take this a little bit down, put a little drive on it. And now we can see the fundamental is still here. But the next thing I will do is just take another oscillator and then say direct out and go in and choose basic shape. And then send this, no, just out, because then it will go outside the effect rack, outside this filter, so just plain a plain sine wave. But then we're gonna take it cool. After this, we're going in here and we're gonna take the distortion, put the drive up, gonna take this a notch down, and now we can, if we want, we can stack the different saws by multiplying them about 5 each. We can hear it how it will sound. Then change the phase to nothing but 0 and 0 on this. And why I would do this is every time I hit the bottom, it will start at the beginning of the wave sound. So right here and right here. So if I make a macro to this and here, I can change the start position. It's subtle, but you can change where the timbre would be when you start the sound. You hear it's kind of pointy, doink, doink. While it's here, it's not as pointy. Then we can put a compressor on. But then the high would be very high. You can hear it, it will be very... Then I can take the highs up, and take the lows. What we also can do is, and I'm going to do this outside of Vital, I'm going to put in a filter. Here. And then we're going to make a notch filter. Make it move. And we can... And I'm gonna take a LFO and map it to the frequency. I actually like it better without the detuning. this up a notch. Cool so far. And the last thing, two things I wanted to put on is glue compressor. Make it up about middle and then down here. Now boosted it up. And because we have a notch filter on, it sounds kind of, it floats, but we can put a reverb on to get it more squished out, the notch filter. Let's put a reverb.
Merry Christmas.
Vi ses, god jul.
Yeah, happy solstice, god jul, everything. So nice to see you here, Gimmer.
Yeah, see ya.
For the bass.
You're welcome. And then go adjust a little bit and have a high cut on and a low cut off. We can play with the decay. And that's a Reese bass in Vital. So let's go over in operator, Ableton's own. So right now I can zoom in here so we can have a better look. So right now we just have a sine wave. So we're gonna choose saw D. So I think it stands for digital. I'm not 100% sure. I'm 90% sure it's digital. Just the most pure saw you can get in operator. But it sounds kind of. Let's take the filter off. Here we go. Okay. Then we're gonna do the same thing with the other oscillator. And then we're gonna as much as both, but it sounds kind of weird when you do this. And then we put up like fine tune it like the other one. And it's kind of wrong because right now it is FM, the other one. So what you do is go down here and choose these one. So now every of these oscillators would go direct out instead. So now then we can put a little bit of pitch envelope and then push this back. Put the glide on. It's a little too much of the spread it out a little bit. And then again, after this, I would put in, it's gonna zoom out, and say an auto filter, and I'm gonna duplicate this. We're gonna take and glue compressor before. We're gonna take reverb after. Then we're gonna take the glue compressor, duplicate that and put after this, and then we could put erosion on before the compressor and choose noise. Right now the amount is 0, width all the way up and about here. We'll come back to that. Again, take a notch filter on this, take it all the way up. And then the glue compressor, make that up to about 12, and down here, soft. Also make it a 12, and then turn this down. Also, we can put an LFO in. To make it move. There's also one in here, but I found it when I pushed, I can turn this off, when I pushed this up, and it doesn't go all the way up. It goes about here to here. So I like to use this instead, because this one will go all the way. And then we have this auto filter. I'll take it on 12. Just to take the top end off. We have the reverb on to collect it all. And then the amount of noise. Make it more aggressive, and then it's up to you to mix it in. And then again, make this up and really smack it down. Yeah, that's vital. Should I try one more machine? It could be Serum.
Maybe I can ask you, like I've heard sometimes Reese basses, and I guess that's if you use FM, where when you pitch it up, it feels like it moves faster.
It's the same. It's the same with because these are the waveforms when you do.
I did see it in Vital. Yeah, you're right.
So it's same if we do it here, and then you do this. So
Yeah,
the lower, it's gonna move slower, very fast. It will move.
Right.
So
that's like the detuning.
yes.
Gives that sound.
Yes, exactly. So, but in this case, we're doing the 1 octave lower, but then we're going into analog, and let's find just a sine wave. Let's see. I can't remember where the sine wave or
Basic shapes.
there. And we're gonna do this again. But now we're doing with the sine wave, because now we're doing something else that we can. Right now it's not working. You can still hear it's going back and forth, but right now we have the sub going to move and the top end staying where we want it to, so it's not drifting. So what can we use that for? Well, if we go into FX and put distortion on and drive it all the way up, now the sub would also come in at the top end. Just in a kind of darker way. And then again, put mono, legato, always, and 12 o'clock, and then we'll glide. So that's the distortion. We can put some hype on it. That's kind of unison. Take it down a little bit.
What's hyper?
So hyper is it is like a detuning.
Okay.
It is a detuning machine, and then we have the dimension, and I don't know what that is. Hyper dimension. Kind of widen it.
Stuff,
yeah. And you can see the unison we can have. I don't know how many, 7. I don't want to, just 4, and just a little bit, because otherwise I think it would smush it too much out.
Right.
Because right now I like the.
What about if you're using movement in the sine wave, which is also kind of creating the sub frequencies?
Yes.
If that's moving, does that cause any mono issues?
Like phasing?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it will. But that's how the sound is. You will not. It's not a destructive phasing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, there will be. That's where you hear the dive
Right.
in the sound, but it's on purpose.
Sure.
So you can hear it right here.
Yeah. When you did it in Vital, you had the sign standing still, and then the triangles.
Yes.
Yeah.
We could do that here as well, but it's easy to do. It's just put random off, phase at the beginning, same phase. Now it's still. But it's just when I click, it will still move.
Yeah.
It's just now I have control, and then we can just say the first one we can put on phase and phase. Now we can control both with 1, where it starts. Cool. Then we can put in a middle. So put this on 1, and then mix this in. So it's the middle frequencies, we're adding stuff to it. And then again, we can put a filter on, and we can do a notch 12. And then have a LFO turning that. And go all the way. And mix it in. Put the filter up here and have the reverb afterwards. We can also put a chorus on if we want to before the filter, and mix that in a little bit. Check the depth down and delay down a little bit. Take the feedback up a little bit and take that to a high pass. And then you're gonna hear it. Mix that in. You can also put a phaser in, but I think it's doing enough work to make movement than putting it in an extra layer. But of course you can. And then I would mix it in. Yeah. That's how I would make a Reese bass in 3 different machines.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you have any questions? No.
No, nothing beyond what I was asking. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for today. That was it. And yeah, there is a Christmas holiday, so see you in the next year. So take care. Bye.